I am ready. I'm excited. I'm blessed. I'm humbled. Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Goode, you are an author. We do want to thank you for the opportunity for coming in with us today. Let's see. We were supposed to have a quick break. I'm going to just try to see if I can get us to this break here. And then, let me take this break and then I'm going to come back. So, Mr. Goode?
Yes.
Hang out.
Yes.
And we will be back. You listen to the morning grind. Welcome back. KZI 88.7 FM. I'm Dapper D. We got Simply Courtney in the building, Rochelle, and we have an accomplished author. So we have Raymond Goode. He's a writer, activist, cultural organizer. He produces theatrical events to encourage empathy and intercultural understanding. His stage production asks big questions such as, what's the glue that holds us all together? Through Their Eyes is the name. It reminds us that the fabric of our humanity is at stake here. The message of Goode's book and stage production, Through Their Eyes, is that if we can put ourselves in the position of others, then we can fix our destructive, self-centered behaviors and perhaps create a better world through love and understanding. Through Their Eyes those are stories collected by victims and survivors of traumatic issues and are replicated through the means of paintings from a collective of artists, dance interpretation, and live acting. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners all around the world, the CEO of Amplified Frequency Productions, Raymond Goode. How are you, Mr. Goode?
With an introduction like that, I'm doing a great and amazing. Blessings to all. It is great to be here on KAZI, the morning wake up with Simply Courtney with Rochelle and Mr. Dapper D over there.
Doing it well. Trying. So, sir, thanks for, you're only in town just for a few days.
I'm in town for as long as God blessed me to be on.
Hey.
Of 5 books. I stepped out on faith December 31st, 2010, quit my 3 jobs and home. I traveled across the U.S. with my books and my stage play. Everything is faith-based and everything has led me directly to Austin, Texas.
I like it. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Capital City. I know you're going to hit some other cities, but we the capital.
Right on.
I mean, don't let them try to sway you in anything else. We got that honor. And we up and coming. We the 10th largest in America, if you didn't know. A lot of people don't know where we stand, but thank you for your time coming through.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about, you'll start with your background. So where you from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Oh.
RVA is in the house.
Okay.
A little bit about my background. I was in the military. I did group home, in-home, and day treatment counseling. So all of my works come from working with children and youth and listening to other people's story. And it goes out and it shows in my books and my works.
Well, hey, thanks for your service.
Yes.
We know a little bit about that there. Just to make sure we have that opportunity, I wanted to lead with that because we love this country. We love the opportunities that we have. There's a reason people don't invade us. We need those veterans out there doing what they do.
Salute.
So let's talk about a little bit of Through Their Eyes.
I'm going to jump into all of it.
Okay.
So I'm the author of 5 books. I have Traces of You, Road to Oprah, Through Their Eyes, 350 Goals of a Leader, and How to Write and Print Your Own Book for under $300.
Nice.
Now, Traces of You, I interviewed 50 people with 15 questions and turned their answers to marriage proposal stories. Road to Oprah is my faith-based journey, which talks about me stepping out on faith and quitting my 3 jobs at home and traveling to Chicago in hopes of meeting Oprah Winfrey to promote my first book. It details my car breaking down in Indiana, me living in a self-storage unit in Chicago, and me overcoming my depression, suicide to be the person I am today. Through Their Eyes, with every newspaper, news story, a story that I heard personally, I put myself in the victim's shoes and I wrote their stories. Behind every story, there's critical thinking questions. Behind every story, and that's actually my stage play too. 350 Goals of a Leader was inspired by my first meeting that I had with Mr. Steve Harvey, who asked me leadership questions that I couldn't answer at the time. He told me, go home, write down 350 goals, and then come back and see him, thus inspiring 350 Goals of a Leader with the dedication to Mr. Steve Harvey. And then my last book is How to Write and Print Your Own Book for under $300. Now, I've been in Austin for about 2 weeks now, and I move how the Lord tells me how to move. I've been sleeping in my vehicle and everything, and I'm supposed to have this this morning with someone else, and it didn't work out. So I was distraught, and I walked outside, and the hose in my radiator in the van just came off, and everything is on the ground. So God said, "This is the place where you need
Stay
to
still.
be.
Oh,
Stay still. Stop moving."
Yeah.
and we got him. We here
Thank
with
you,
him.
Lord.
So it
Yes,
worked out.
yes.
You know, it's funny. I actually had somebody that I know from RVA send me a picture of you, January 2020, Black Excellent photo shoot on the Richmond Capitol steps. Yeah, so
Oh, you hit. So I put together the only and largest Black History photo shoot in front of the state capitol in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
And I mean, we had over 100 people out there. And when they started walking up, 4 police cars pulled up. Like, what's going on? What are you doing? There's too many of you black people circulating around right now. Oh yeah, that's dope.
I appreciate what y'all doing. Looks like you had on the black beret.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm trying to. Y'all scared them. They thought
Yep.
the Black Panthers was
Because they came back.
y'all look legit out there. So everybody
It didn't matter what they was wearing. They could have been wearing anything. They could have been wearing, "We here for peace," and they'd be like, "Oh, what they doing out
Loitering.
here? We nervous."
And if you don't know that Richmond is the capital of the slave states.
Oh, a lot of people don't know
I did
that
not
we
know that.
actually had 2 White Houses in America. The White House we all know up in D.C., and then there was the White House in Richmond, Virginia, that was the capital of the Confederacy. And they eventually had they had to move because it was so close to the Mason-Dixon line, which is the border that they share with Maryland. So it wasn't the most strategic places for the capital of the Confederacy to be so far north, close to the Yankees.
Yep.
But we see how that turned out.
See how it
And some
continues
people are
to be
like, "How
turning
can
out.
we
strategy might
redo
not
that?"
have been
Well, that's
We do
why-
the Superman, Taylor Swift thing.
Oh, they wish they could.
Well, that's why I was thinking you see how it continues to turn out too. Everybody keeps
Yes.
saying it turned out, and we have to reiterate that it's turning out because those people, I'm gonna say those people because it's only 9:35 here, but they don't understand that as much as they want to act like something that did happen. Once again, we're talking about what people want to happen, what people hope to happen, versus what actually did happen.
That's right.
Yes.
Facts don't lie. History, it can lie,
Facts,
but
facts,
there's
facts.
facts, that show that this did not work.
If the people during that time were able to go through it, to be fire hosed, to have
Come on now.
attack dog sick,
Come on now.
your kid can sit in a classroom where none of that is happening
And learn.
That
And
he
learn
was
about
involved in it.
it. Oh, come on, speak on
Not
it.
your grandkid.
Is that gonna be all right?
Not your great grandkid. Your kid can learn about
Let me
that.
hear about this through your eyes part, because
Yeah,
I feel
go
like
for
that
it.
goes right with that. I'm seeing on your Facebook some of the
Yeah.
stories that are being told. Can you add some more to that?
So Through Their Eyes is also my stage play, and we just finished doing it for Dream Week down in San Antonio at Brickhead Blue Star.
Yeah.
So the stage play, we've taken several other stories out of the book and put it on stage. There's a live band or performer that performs between each monologue that correlates with the monologue, and I have trauma victims who's painted pictures that correlate with the stories as well.
Yeah.
What's been taking off really well across America is called the Still Life Art Gallery. So we take an empty room, we put 3 pictures on one side of the room, 3 pictures on the other side of the room. Then we decorate the scene where something traumatic happened, and then the actors pose in front of the scene. So when you walk in, the actors are the art, and so you're walking around. Then when the show begins, it's monologue, song, until it goes around the entire room, and we always end up with the Harriet Tubman part. And these stories are told from trauma victims. These stories are told through survivors who's been through something. That's something that they told me personally. And I always say, I didn't start this journey out. Like, I went through my own depression, suicidal myself. That's how I was able to connect with people. But I never started off, go to a person and say, what's your traumatic point you've been to in your life? They literally come up and talk to me. Like one of my most famous stories, and I always said, I'm in Popeye's Chicken after walking all day long selling my books. I'm tired. I just want to sit here and eat. And then this white guy sits beside me, and he just tell me like this very traumatic stories. And I'm thinking in my mind, I just want to eat. But one thing that I learned is people are talking to you because they want to get something off their chest. They want to release themselves.
See something in you.
And sometimes they don't want your empathy. They don't want your sympathy. They just want you to shut up, listen, and let them go on about their day. And if I can sit there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes so you can leave, so you don't go to your car and do something dangerous to yourself, you got it, B.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I like is at that event that you had on those Capitol steps, you had not only just adults, but there was a smattering. There was an amazing amount of young individuals that came out. And I believe that is something that we have to do now. We have to bring the next generation forward. They need to see our action. And you bring them to those events. I mean,
That's right.
If you think about it, we take them everywhere else.
But here's the thing: our children tend to be the ones that show up and have to understand race. They have to understand pain, right? Because they are living in a world that gives that out, that doles that out for them. So why are we protecting a whole different group of people and not having them understand what is happening? Because if they understood it, maybe we wouldn't be in the situations that we're in. We could grow in a way, right? We protecting one group and not protecting the other.
Yeah.
You know?
So, Mr. Goode,
yes.
I'm a little curious here. What would you say for those people who wanted to take you up on that opportunity about publishing a book that's for less than $300? There's got to be a lot of times where people say, "Oh, I think I want to write a book," and I bet they talk themselves out of it probably 99 out of 100 times.
Yes.
What would you say as an accomplished author with multiple books? What would you say to those people about staying focused on that goal to get published?
First of all, I'm going to tell you about how to write and print for under $300.
Come on
now.
Yeah.
Because that's going to show you step by step how it's done. Second thing, start writing.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Don't start writing a book. I've never started writing and meant to turn it into a book. You're writing to get your emotions and your feelings out, you know? And so if your brain is going this way one day and the next day your brain is going completely separately, just write it. It doesn't have to connect right now. You're just getting your feelings and emotions out. And people say, I don't have time to write in a day. My goodness, if you go in McDonald's and sit down and eat, that's 5 minutes while you're waiting for your food to come. You can always pull out a pad and pen. If you walking in the mall, have that pad and pen just out. Let me tell you what's going to happen, because when you pull out that pad and pen versus that iPhone or your tablet or something, people go start wondering, oh, what is he doing over there? Oh, he thinks he's smart. She thinks she's smart. Oh, well, let me find out what they're doing. And it's just going to lead to other stuff. How to Write and Print Your Own Book is one of my most powerful books. Because I say this to youth, and I say it so hardcore. My God, you get your child, your 8, 9, 10-year-old child to write 20 poems, good or bad, short or long, I don't care. Turn it into a book this size. Now they're authors. Now they're entrepreneurs. They speak in front of one class. They're a motivational speaker for the rest of their life. So whatever they're doing in life, they can add on. I'm an author.
Yes, indeed. I love that. Come on now. Where can I get the book, though?
Right here, right now.
Where can I get these books?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook under Raymond Goode, Goode.
Okay, I want to make sure people know how to get it.
Please, I'm also going to big ups to the comedy show tomorrow night. I'm going to be there tomorrow night for the comedy show with my books there.
And you gonna have the books. Okay.
Books. Houston Tillotson College.
Yes.
I'm going to be there 3 days next week for their Black History event. If the Lord got me in Austin, I'm here to work.
They got homecoming. That's a good week. They got
Michelle, we got books for you too. Okay, you gonna have you a good night out. I know that. I know that's right.
So, for those who don't know, there are a lot of opportunities out there for people to tell you what you cannot do. And there is a person in this station right now, in this studio, who has already explained to you that he has had the highs and the lows of life. But he's picked himself up to make sure that he can accomplish those goals that he set out for him. Mr. Goode, I'm going to tell you, this is a great story that you've been able to pass along to us. And I think that there are a lot of people out there that they're going to take this, and it's going to be something that's beneficial for them and their growth.
Come on.
It's so easy to be talked out of moving forward in life. Something always pops up that gives you that excuse to quit. And I'm glad that you did not. Sorry to hear about the vehicle. I got a couple shade tree mechanics that I know of.
Yeah, what's the next step on that? We're gonna need. In order to get to Houston, in order to get to the comedy show, we got to get that right. But I know that God will provide.
Somebody could come by with a bucket. If there's a red bucket out there, somebody could come by with a red bucket. We could use that because we got some fluids that we're going to need
Santa?
to deposit into.
Santa only want to come once a year.
Santa with the sack, come through though.
Rude. Wait a minute. There's things that I need to talk about because I see something about weddings and stuff. You know, the seasons is coming up. I'm trying to manifest. Okay, February 15th. I'm trying to manifest some things. So tell me about the Traces of You book.
So, like a Traces of You, I interviewed 50 people. From the 15 questions that I would ask you, I would get a sense of your personality, and I would write a story based off of that. So it's not particularly your story, but it's traces of you. Yeah. And I interviewed everybody from 16 to 83, black, white, Asian, gay, straight. So the stories, they differentiate.
But any dogs?
But they all end up
yeah.
I'm sorry. It was a callback to another thing.
Yeah, but they all end up in the love form. And when I was going through my depression and suicidal phase, it was these stories that picked me up. And I go back and say, I didn't mean to write a book. It's just that when I would go out and I would talk to somebody brand new and ask these questions, I would go home and write these stories down. Every day I kept writing got me further and further away from the depression and suicidal era. Yeah. And then it turned into a book, and then it turned into a love story. And then after I was done with all this, I would say the story stretched so far because from 16 to 83, the stories is going to, the answers, the question, the story is going to be so much different. Mm-hmm. What do I do with this, Lord? And that's Oprah. That's an Oprah crowd. Now, I had a 0% chance of meeting Oprah Winfrey in Richmond, Virginia. I had a 1% chance of meeting her in Chicago. Let's go for the 1%. Ain't that what they call a mustard seed?
Yep.
Faith of a mustard seed?
Yep.
Well, let's test this mustard seed out.
He stepped out on it.
I want to know one of these questions.
Yeah.
What's one of the 15 questions that you asked?
I can't give it to you live.
Come on. We'll get that off air, definitely.
You know, my manifesting. I'm just saying, trying to bring it on.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. So, Mr. Goode, thank you for coming in with us. We'll do a social media pic for those that are interested. You can get an opportunity to see this accomplished author.
That's right.
And we're going to have that up on our site. We're going to take that picture with you. We've got some fine programming for the rest of the day. It is Black History Month. It is here. I don't know what you were going to be getting into, but plan it. Get out. Get something. Participate. That's all you got to do. Don't just talk about it. This
Black
is
History
the time.
If you come to the comedy show.
KZI.
Okay, come to the comedy show.
You know,
February 2nd, 9 p.m. at Coral Snake.
So I was gonna finish with that because I wanted to see if there was any parting points that you guys had.
We jumped.
No. So I will lead that, and then we'll go to y'all's parting shots.
Amen.
What you guys want to say on the way out. So for those who didn't know, we have been blessed today to have the two co-hosts, Michelle McConico and Simply Courtney, in the building today. This was awesome. So I just want to say thank you for that personally before I get to the professional stuff. Friday, February 2nd, the show is at 9 p.m. The KZI Comedy Jam. We're going to have comedy sets from Marcellus Creighton, Genevieve, Gabe Davis, Michael Dede, musical sets from Kid Jones, Black Chow. I already told you it's going to be co-hosting these esteemed individuals in here with me. In the mix, we're going to have Jay Hunt. Listen, man, Jay Hunt be ripping it. I'm telling you, if you go and you listen to a set by Jay Hunt and you don't want to get up and move, holla at me. Because I'm going to come over. I'm a render aid. I'm gonna come help. I'm gonna resuscitate because you ain't alive. That brother be doing it. This is gonna be at the Coral Snake. It's just a name. Don't be afraid. But come out. The Coral Snake, 1910 East Cesar Chavez Street.
East side.
There's gonna be a pre and a door rate. Make sure y'all are out there in the building. So before we go, Simply Courtney, Rochelle, what say you to these mighty fine listeners
come ready to laugh. Come ready to have a good time. It's gonna be great. This might be our number 5 event now. Or it's our 5th event or something like that. But we're doing it, and each time it's gotten better. Each time we've had a upgrade. I think when it comes to the venue and stuff like that. I'm looking at this place online. It's there's some outdoor space for you to go hang out outside. There's a little shop situation next to it, and then there's ample parking. All of this stuff is what has the I call it the trappings of a good show. Then we go to inside where the show is at, and that lineup is
I was just about to say that.
Fuego.
Yes.
Fire.
The Fuego. Bring your red buckets.
Fire. Sorry, I kept pressing the button.
No,
My
it's
bad.
all right.
Fire.
It's all right.
I keep my fingers keep
I'm
slipping.
having a PTSD moment.
We might, I was going to say, maybe we should stop saying
My
it.
finger keeps slipping on the button.
Simply
I'm trying not to press the button. My finger fire. Okay, I'm done. It's gonna be really good though. It's a lot of comic.
Fire.
Rochelle, yeah, do we need to bring you back on open night?
Come to the comedy show.
I can't go with him, but I remember what my little role is. My role.
And flow and flow and flow.
All around the world.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Thank you for tuning in today. It was a pleasure to be with you. Rochelle, anything before you go?
No. Follow me on Rochelle_War on IG, not in these streets, okay?
Okay, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. How do we find you, Simply Courtney?
Me, Simply Courtney. First and foremost, I'm gonna tell y'all the easiest way to find me. When we take that picture, I want you guys to go to 88.7 KZI. Go to their Instagram, and I am going to be in that photo. You're going to see my shirt. Now, this is weird. It's going to be tricky, but I'm going to hold my shirt in a certain way that you are going to be able to take another picture. So grab somebody else's phone, take a picture of the picture, and if my shirt does its job, which I'm crossing my fingers, a QR code will be on my shirt that will lead you directly to my site. My company is called simplyhaha.com. What we do is we bring comedy and entertainment to you, and we also support a long list of events that happen throughout this great city and even over in San Antonio. So look me up at simplyhaha.com or go on simplyhaha on Instagram, or just find Simply Courtney on Instagram. But guess what? When you go to Instagram, all of that's going to be tagged and it's going to be waiting for you. Yeah. So that's how you're going to find me today.
Hey, we looking forward to it. Accomplished author Raymond Goode in the building. Thank you for joining us, sir. You listen to The Morning Grind, KAZI. We'll be back. You guys know, 7:30 to 10 each and every week.
Fire. Sorry, it did it again.
Thanks for listening in, everyone. Have a great rest of the day.